Writing linear equations from stories. Frequently, we're not giving linear equations, but rather linear scenarios that we need to write as linear equations. This is when we start getting into some of the real world stuff. There are two forms that linear equations are most frequently written in: y equals mx plus b and ax plus by equals c. For slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, you'll find the slope, which will either be given to you or you'll have to calculate using the slope formula. And then you'll have to find the y-intercept, which will either be given to you, or you have to substitute a point into y equals mx plus b. For standard form, you'll want to determine the two quantities being added, and then write an expression for each addend. So this is a straightforward example of some place where there's repeated addition or subtraction. The word rate, implies that this is going to be our slope. Harvesting the trees says that we're going to be losing those trees out of the rainforest. And then this is our y-intercept because this is our starting value. So y equals negative 125,000 trees per year, and we're starting with 2,780,000 trees. Kinesis hiking through the Appalachian Mountains. She hikes an average of 7 miles per day. That's going to be a slope. And on day 18 of her hike, she is at mile marker 300. So this doesn't give us a y-intercept, but it does give us a point. It gives us 18, 300, and we can either plug that into an equation to find the y-intercept, or we could just write it in point-slope form. So we have a point. This is y1. This is x1. Our slope is 7, and our x1 was 18. At the Black Gate of Mordor, Gandalf earns 30 points for each orc he slays, so this is going to be a rate. He also loses 10 points, so that's another rate. So there are two rates going on. That's when we're usually going to write in standard form. At the end of the day, he has 20,000 points. So the two things that we're adding are the orc points and the hobbit points. And he's gaining 30 points for each orc, and he's losing 10 points for each hobbit. And that gives him 20,000 points. In one grading system, G, 60 is passing and 100 is perfect. In a second grading system, 70 is passing, so 60 in one has to convert to 70 in the other, and 100 is still perfect. Write a linear equation describing how to convert from H to G. So this is going to be our input. This is going to be our output. So I put this in a little confusing formula. So how would we convert from H to G? Well, we need to find a slope. So we're going to do 100 minus 60 over 100 minus 70. Why am I doing minus 60? Well, because these are our outputs, so this is y2, y1. So 40 over 30 is 4/3. And we can take either point as our data point. I'm going to use that one. Y minus 100 equals 4/3 x minus 100. So that's a linear equation describing how to convert from H to G. I should probably say that G is our output, and H is our input. Wind chill makes the air feel colder than the actual temperature. This is called wind chill. So the table below shows the effect that a 20 mile per hour wind has on the actual air temperature. So this is going to be our input. This is going to be our output. And this appears to be linear. We're subtracting 20 each time. We're subtracting 28 each time. So we need to find our slope, which will be -3 minus 25 over 25 minus 45, which is -28 over -20, or 7/5. So that's our slope. Then the Then we can use one of these points. So we can say, let's use this point. This will be x1, this will be y1. And we can say y minus y1 was not 21, it was 25, equals the slope, 7/5, x minus x1, 45. Beginning in 2000, a sports team increased its ticket price by a constant amount each year until 2010. A ticket cost $48 in 2005 and $55.50 in 2008. So we can use these as this is our x1, this is our y1, because remember, input will be time. So our slope is 55.5 minus 48 over 2008 minus 2005 gives us, let's see, 7.5 over 3, which is 2.5. So it's increasing by $2.50 each year. So y minus 48 equals 2.5 x minus 2005. So this is point slope form from that. However, if you want to actually answer the question, what we can do is we can say this is when x equals 2000. So we'll put in 2000 in for x. Y minus 48 equals 2.5 times 2000 minus 2005. So y minus 48 equals 2.5 times negative 5. Y minus 48 equals negative 12.5. Now we add 48 to both sides, giving y equals $35.50. A ticket cost $35.50 in 2000. Thank you.